All right, first things first. We have two different types of batteries here. We have a 4-cell 1400 milliamp hour, and we have a 2-cell 2500 milliamp hour battery. This is for your goggles. These are for the drone. They both have two different kinds of leads because this one has a circle connector and this one has an XT60 connector. Never plug these in to the battery with these just dangling around, because if they touch each other, it will short circuit and it'll burn out the battery rather quickly. So plug your battery charger into the wall, and you'll see the program select LiPo battery. That's lithium polymer, which these batteries are. You take your red, plug it into red. Take the black, plug it into the black. Now, we have to program it to charge this battery. So you hit, yes, LiPo battery program. And then we need to go hit the left button. This one's to go forward, this one's to go back, and this is to choose your options. You hit the left one. Actually, you choose your options and go to balance. So you want this thing to say balance. So if you start from here, you hit start, go over one to balance. Then you hit start because you want to start this program. The amperage that you charge at is determined by how much charge the battery can hold. So this is 1400 milliamp hours. You divide that by 100 and you get 1.4 amps. So you turn this down to 1.4 amps and then hit enter. And then on this side, you choose how many cells the battery has. This one being a 4-cell, you're going to go over till it says 4S. And you hit enter. Now, plug in your battery. XT60 connector goes in just like that. This balance lead over here is going to go into the side of the charger. All these balance leads are the perfect size for the battery, so you can't make a mistake. This one goes into the 4-cell battery lead, just like so. When you're ready to charge, you hold down the start button. It's going to check the battery out. 4 cells is what you called it. It says that it has 4 cells. It's ready to go. Hit confirm, enter, confirm it. Now you're charging. And basically this thing's going to use a smart charger to charge until it's full and then stop the program. You can walk away at this point. So now I'm going to go ahead and stop the program, unplug the battery. Never unplug the battery out of here first. Always unplug the battery and then unplug it from the charger. Unplug your lead from the charger. Same with this guy. You're going to plug this lead in. It goes in here, and you're going to choose 2.5 amps for the charge rate. And this is a 2-cell battery, so you're going to change this to 2-cell over here. And that's how you charge your batteries. Now, we are going to move on to your radio. You turn on your radio by this power button right here. Comes on just like so, and you should see. So I've got a switch warning. It's telling me that my switch A and my switch F are in the wrong position. I'll teach you more about that in a second. So when you turn on your radio, you're going to see the name of the model, how much battery is left in the radio. That's 8.5 volts over here. What mode of flight you're in. You have angle mode and you have acro mode, just like that. Your timer, which starts counting down when you throttle up. See, now it's going to count how long you've been flying for. And then on the left and the right here are all your switches. So it'll say when you have a switch in a different position. Switch F, down, up. Switch A, down, up, just like that. It's also going to show you the position of your sticks. So here you have your throttle, which is up and down like that. And then you have your yaw, which is left and right. In the right hand, you have your pitch up and down and your roll left and right, just like so. You can use this over here to make your selection and click it using your thumb. On here, this is your options. You're going to choose option like that, and it's going to show your different models. You can program many different quads and planes and helicopters and all sorts of stuff into this radio, and you would choose it from here. Then you hit page, you'll go through all your options. I've already programmed this thing for you, so you don't really have to go in here and change anything. You're just going to use the first screen, which you hit exit, and here's your first screen. To change the information on the bottom here, you just hit page. It's going to show you the same stuff, just in a different way. See how that's throttle again? There's your yaw. It's very, very, very basic. Then keep hitting page until you get back to, I like this screen. It's got all sorts of good information for you. Now, let's see, options. Okay, when you first turn this thing on, if your throttle's not at minimum, like this, say your throttle's halfway, and you have this switch here, and this one up like that. When you turn this on, it's going to say that first your throttle is off. So it gives you a throttle warning, throttle not idle. To clear that warning, you're going to have to pull your throttle all the way down. Now it's giving you a switch warning. These two switches are in the wrong position. You're going to learn about this in just a minute. So you want to switch. See, it says you need to switch A up and F up. So here's switch A and F. Just hit those two up. Both of them go up like this. If all your switches are up, then this thing's going to turn on and act like it should. So this one right here is your arm switch. When the drone is plugged in and ready, if you flick this up like this, your motors are going to start spinning and it's ready to take off. This should always be up. This is right here chooses your flight mode. This is angle mode, which you can see right there, angle mode. And then when you hit this down, it's acro mode. And I'm going to show you the difference between those two flight modes here in a second. Basically, angle is beginner, acro is advanced. So then you always turn on your radio first and turn off your radio last. And this is because you always want complete control over your drone at any time. If you turn the drone on with this thing off, a motor could spin up or something, you could get hurt. So you just want to make sure that your drone is off. You turn this on, turn the drone on. That's the sequence. Unplug the drone, then turn this off. First on, last off. Alright, so your goggles. Goggles are very simple. Like I said before, this is your goggle battery. You can check at any time how much charge your goggle battery has by hitting this right here. There you go. 100%. Goggle battery gets plugged in just like so. Goes into the back of the goggle, plugs in just like that. So you can see it's on now. Goggle controls, very simple. If you want to scan for a channel, you just press this and hold. And then let go, and it says scanning over here, and it'll get you the best channel automatically to see through your drone. If you can't find that, or if if you think you can get a better channel for whatever reason, you can hit band here and channel here. That'll control your band and your channel. On the left here, this is your menu. You can do like brightness and contrast, and here's plus and minus to change those. On the side, this is how to change the distance from your eyes. So if you look in here, you'll see that this will change the distance of the screen. Okay? And that'll help you focus in on the screen. Everybody's eyes are a little bit different. I'm going to unplug that for now. That's basically all you need to know about the goggles. You plug these things in. If your drone's on and the camera lens is off, you should be able to see out of your drone. Okay? Now for the drone. The first things you do when you're prepping to fly is you make sure that everything's tight. Just kind of feel it. If it's not, you're going to have to tighten up these screws here, and just go ahead and tighten all of the screws on the bottom. These are two different sizes. This is a small size, this is a big size. So You might want to get those tools just to tighten it up in between flights. It shouldn't need it, but if anything does arise, just Allen keys, easy stuff. Make sure that these nuts are tight. These nuts here, the silver ones, are righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. These are lefty-tighty, righty-loosey, and the reason for that is these spin clockwise, these spin counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, clockwise, and they need different nuts so that they don't loosen during flight. Then you want to tie down your battery. So all the batteries, the drone batteries here, they have the Velcro on the bottom that I put there, and I put some Velcro on the top of your drone so that you can just slide it in here like this. And you want to make sure that it's, you know, relatively center on your drone. That's good, and that's just for weight balancing. And then go ahead and pull that tight, and you want that to be super tight on top of your drone. This gets plugged in just like that. I've got my radio on so that it's disarmed, right? Disarmed in easy mode. I can plug my drone in. Take your balance cord and kind of just wrap it around here like this. Keep it taut. Goes in just like this. Just like that. So see if I arm it. See how it arms the motors? And that's this switch here. Just like that. That's why it's very important to keep this disarmed when you have your fingers around here. Now, with the drone, and you've got everything on, now plug in your goggles, right? And take off your camera lens. And you should see, hold down scan, should find, just like that, you should be able to see out of your drone. That easy. Plug in the goggles, you hold down this scan button right here, this yellow one, hold it down, let it go, it says scanning right here, and it'll find your drone. That's all you need to know about the goggles. Super easy. And go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and unplug those for now and put your camera lens cover back on. Okay. Now, during the flight, this is going to switch, like I said, from angle mode to acro mode, and you can switch between. For the beginning, just leave it on angle mode. Fly it around. Angle mode's going to allow you to do throttle up and down, yaw left and right, but when you roll and pitch, it's only going to go about 35 degrees every way. It won't allow you to turn the drone over. That's for more advanced flight. And then if you hit this switch down like this to acro mode, you'll be able to go any angle that you want, and very difficult to control the drone. You'll get better as you go along. So now that we've landed on the field, we're done with our flight. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my radio is still on. I'm going to unplug my drone first. And then this is going to give me a warning saying that it's disconnected. You'll feel it vibrate. And then you go ahead and turn off your radio. So first, you turn off your drone. Then you turn off your radio. Then take your battery out. Oh, and of course, make sure that you turn off your goggles too. They're very easy to forget about and leave on. So take your battery and your battery checker. This is where you're going to use your balance lead. See the black wire right here? This is your ground wire. Black is ground right here. And on the side of your LiPo checker, you'll see minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The minus is your ground, so ground goes up just like this. Black to the top, just like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all the number cells in your battery. So ground, and then 4 holes for 4 cells. Goes just like this. And it's going to show you 96% charged. That's all you need to know about your LiPo checker. The reason why you want to check them after they're done to see how much battery you had left. If you've got another, 25, 30% left, you might want to increase the timer on your radio so you get a little longer flights. And that's all you're doing by checking your LiPo. And you'll see as you get better and faster and flying harder, you're going to drain your batteries faster. I've got you on 3 minutes on the radio now. You could probably push 4 if you're just putting around and practicing throttle and stuff. But we'll keep it at 3. And that's all you pretty much need to know. And I will see you tomorrow for some flights.